James Maguire, last time he was manager, it was Sheffield Wednesday, and he took them to Champions League glory. But can he fare the same for Doncaster Rovers? Obviously, when it comes to RTGs, youth scouts are pivotal, and after a few sales, we decided to send Konstantin Koch to England to try and find the next level player for us. Here's our team, and here's our team now. Had to sort out a couple of positions. It wasn't very nice, but we have to find a goalkeeper, which is why on the shortlist I've got a load of old goalkeepers and a young one. Ryan Schofield is actually the one I go in for. From the Championship side Huddersfield, £1.35 million is how much you're offering, and we do agree his contract, and Ryan Schofield is in. And Patrick Watts is also into our youth academy, 66 rated at centre back. He has potential to be special, and he is really going to be something special for this team. We also decided to take Dominic Samuel in on a player swap. They took one of our weird centre back old guys. We pick up him from Ross County, and we also pick up Simeone. Now, Doncaster was expecting something special, but that save was special. Onto the post from Simeone's shot on his debut. We do knock it through to Gardner, grabs a chip. What a belter. First goal for Doncaster. And we play it into Barlow, the 21-year-old right winger. He finds the back of the net. We now face Cambridge at home. And that is a very well worked goal from us. Simeone makes it 2, smashes it at the keeper's near post. Close into Simeone, and what a curler that was. Simeone through again. We actually signed him from Atletico Madrid off his release clause. He's Diego Simeone's son. So that's pretty cool. We've got a very high-class manager's son on our team, and Dodu makes it 1-0 over Wigan. It's a handball in the box from Bennett, I think that was. Ex-Cardiff man. And Rowe, who's got 54 penalties. You can see it was green timed, it was still off where I put it. Wigan crossing, we head away. We tried to get away, but we can't. Plymouth, sorry, not Wigan, and they score. That's 1-0 Hardy. Nothing Schofield can do about that. Plymouth again, they're looking to make it 2. Groom and Randall scores. Makes it 2-0. Now we've got to push to get one back. We are away, we don't want to give the Doncaster fans nothing, and we do. Just under half an hour in. Simeone with the goal, but Plymouth are looking again. Turns out I've just missed out one of their goals because I guess that's fun. Schofield comes out, tries to smother it, he can't. We face Crew now, and it's Lowry. And what a block that was originally, but it's back to Lowry. Into Mandron. I don't know what Schofield was doing there. That's just atrocious goalkeeping. Atrocious goalkeeping. And Crew looking to make it 2-0 past us. Schofield again, he could have easily had that. Although Samuel, who we signed from Ross County, makes it 2-1. We do ultimately lose. Sent down the middle from Rowe. And we're 1-0 up against Wycombe, our promotion challengers. And somehow this doesn't go in. Schofield then punches it towards his own goal, but claims before any Wycombe players can get there. But they do eventually get their goal. Schofield sort of curls in on himself. I wouldn't recommend him to you guys. But Gardner somehow skills out the Wycombe defenders by not even doing a skill. We now play Fleetwood though. Dark and Gamers ex-Fleetwood Academy until they released him. And what was Schofield doing there? It was straight at him. He palms it into his own net and he makes an absolute howler at his near post there. I was not happy with Schofield at all. I'm not going to lie. We do pull one back at home, but Fleetwood were just a different gravy, except that miss. That's Dak and Gamer taught him that. We do make it 2-1, 3-1 though, 3-2 sorry. But what a save from Schofield. Like, from the penalty spot, he is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Now Nais, Norwood, and it's another great save from Schofield. He was on fire in this game against Burton, and then he lets that in when he could have just stuck his foot out. We now face Oxford. I don't know what that goal was. I guess I cut it way too early, but I just couldn't find it. Near post, 2-0, and Oxford looking to get one back. And what about that for a finish? The 58 rated right winger, I checked him up after the game, 58 rated, scores an absolute banger. but we make easily 4-0 before even half time. And it's close. The CDM puts it past the keeper for 5. They do pull another one back to make it 5-2, but it was pretty obvious that we were going to score 6 here, and it was pretty obvious that we were a much better side. Now Dodu, he's actually a striker, we put him on the wing for Simeone to tap that in. We put him on the wing because Simeone is going to be up top, and he's younger and better, and off the post we make it 2-0 away to Lincoln. I don't think Doncaster's that far away from Lincoln. Now in our youth academy, Christopher Grune is promoted. An exciting prospect, the German striker, that's very exciting. Now we face Sunderland, and Schofield at his near post is just awful. Absolutely awful for the 21-year-old. And he could have had that, unfortunately he wasn't not strong enough, wasn't tall enough. He saves the penalty there against Wigan to keep it at just 1-0. And Barlow scores in the 22nd minute. And that was all the goals for that game, all in the first half. We now face Rotherham, and just before half time, they score. The perfect time. Now, we sub on Grune, who I've just shown you, for his senior debut. And he pulls out this. Like, that was literally just him being subbed on at the start. And that was his goal then. Now, I was desperate to win this because it was his first senior game. And Gardner scores to make it 2-1, but Rotherham did not give up, and they decided to smack one into the top corner. And in the 86th minute, it's Grune, the 16-year-old, scores, and the absolute scenes at Doncaster's home was elite. Your senior debut, you score a belter and a last-minute winner. It doesn't really get much better than that, does it? But of course, Sunderland were going to score. I just couldn't do anything at the Stadium of Light. They just seemed a different level. Schofield could have easily had that. And it was actually after this goal when I decided I'm just going to run at them. This is a tactic Jackie Gamer told me. He says sometimes when I just concede a few, I just run at them. And that's kind of what I did at the start. Laid it off, started running at them again, and they, for some reason they just couldn't deal with him. And it actually leads to a penalty, a handball in the box. It's the only way that we seem to get penalties. Wright being the victim. Green time, but it goes top bins. No keeper is saving that, even though I owned it bottom corner. So it just shows how awful this man's penalty is. Our captain Rowe at 63 rated. And Ipswich score, and they're looking for the attack to try and score again. They're gonna pass it in, sorry, and it's in bottom corner. Schofield could have probably had that. I don't really know. Near post though for Ipswich, and the volley underneath the goalkeeper through his legs. And now in the 84th minute, pushing into the 85th now. Pushing into the 86th minute, it's Samuel from Ross County. Plays it through to Simeone, off the post, it bounces back to him and he scores! In the 86th, 87th minute, around then, it's Simeone to score. To give us the win from 2-0 down. He hits the inside of the post, luckily for him, it bounces right back off to him. And we now faced Pompey, we faced Portsmouth at home, Fratton Park. And it was a defensive error when trying to play out from the back. It was a poor attempted pass. And then they just had the whole goal to aim at. Schofield comes rushing out, but he's just not quick enough. We do attempt to pull one back with Galbraith. Keepers near post with Bazunu. And I wasn't expecting to get anything from this game, but then we run down with Dodo and it's Bazunu's near post again. Now against Sheffield Wednesday. It's a goal. I let Samuel take this one. And he obviously scores. We then knock it off to Dodu, who scores to make it 2-0 against James Maguire, our manager's former club. They do pull one back though to make it 2-1, but we obviously get that win. We now face Gillingham. Game I expected to win, and somehow that snuck in to the far bottom corner. And what a cross and header that was. Now William Francis, 66 rated, we promote. And we now push on against Wycombe, who score. Schofield is now injured, by the way, as well. So this means I've got an awful goalkeeper in goal. And you can obviously see against Bolton, that was an awful mistake that he made. Although we do attempt to get one back. Simeone, keeper, palms it into his own net. And Francis, on his debut, scores. Very, very nice indeed. All of our players except our centre-back scored on their debut. But Bolton do make it 2-2. We now face Shrewsbury, and that is a finish from Simeone. And it's Simeone again, top corner. What a lovely goal that was. And we push at the very end for another one, and it's Gruen. Bang, down the middle. We get into the playoff semi-final though against Rotherham. And we desperately wanted to kill this off in the first leg, because I only really wanted to play the first leg, the away one. And we scored to make it 1-0. And we knock it through again for Simeone. Off down the middle. The keeper, no chance, it was just too powerful for him. And Samuel holds it up. But he does knock it into Gardner, who outside of the boots to Barlow, who scores to make it 3. And that practically killed off the tie. We have Sheffield Wednesday in the final. And this is our team that we're going to go with. Now, Galbraith has been injured for a majority. Simeone gets himself on the tifo at Wembley Stadium as we kick off against Sheffield Wednesday in the biggest game of these players' careers. It's Windus who knocks it out to Brown. It's not Izzy Brown, unfortunately, though. He is at Preston. They whip in the corner, and we're able to try and clear. Francis can't win it over Dunkley. Has a nice back, and it's into Windus. Lays it into Patterson, and it's a save by the 62 rated now goalkeeper, who is actually an exciting prospect, which is pretty exciting. He could be our starter for a few years. Not for a few years, sorry, for a few years in the future. But this is a massive game, and I've got a load of highlights from it, actually, because I sort of realised the video is not going to be that long, and so I need to try and get this final game to have lots of different highlights and clips in order for the video to be a decent length, because I didn't really want like a 6-minute video that took days and days to record. But it's doing to Windus, and it's another great save from our goalkeeper. Half an hour in, it's goalless. Sheffield Wednesday have looked slightly better. I can't really tell if you can see this in the highlights or not though, but they have looked slightly better throughout the game. And Gardner somehow misses. Any other player there, even my goalkeeper, could have scored that. It's really unfortunate it was Gardner there. And Simeone tries to cut inside. Wrestled off it though by the Sheffield Wednesday defence. We start the second half still at 0-0 at Wembley. And it's into Gardner. All the chances fall to him. There was just nothing that we could do. But it's out wide to Hunt. And it's in. And the keeper palms it. Unlike Schofield though, it doesn't go in. And their cross is cleared away from our defence. We've been solid this game. And I wasn't expecting Sheffield Wednesday to score. And then they do. The keeper's near post. Now it's Simeone. Simeone out into Francis. I go for the long shot, but it's saved by the goalkeeper. It's into Francis again, lays it off outside to Rowe. Goes the shot, and what a shot it was, and what a save from the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper. And now Wednesday were pushing up. They were pushing up. They don't want to be in this league any more than I do. And it's so... And he knocks it out of play. Very, very lucky for us. Pushing into the 85th minute though, Sheffield Wednesday. Claimed by Watson. And now we had to push out. It was now or never, or we were staying in League One for the rest of our days. And it's into Barlow, who runs. It's Barlow, he lays it off. And Simeone, and it's blocked. I was so upset when that was blocked. And it's into the box. The header off the line. The volley. And it's in the 90th minute. Noyle, the right back, is the one to score. I did not expect him to score, to be fair. I did not expect him to score at all. And it's 90th minute equaliser to take this tie to extra time. Unless Sheffield Wednesday could get something there, but they couldn't. And I thought that maybe we could go for an attack and maybe win it, but Barlow just couldn't get that final pass through. But I wasn't upset. I was ready for extra time. I was much more happy with extra time than losing it. And it's into Simeone, out wide to Francis, into Galbraith, Smith, Simeone tackled. My heart was beating so fast. I did actually record this with live commentary until I realised I had my mic on mute. So that's why it's all post-com. And they scored in the 105th minute. I was not happy. I skipped all their wild celebrations. I was not happy at all. And it was out wide to Barlow, who just runs and he plays it And it's Simeone. Can he score? Of course he can. Simeone with the goal. Now it's 2-2. I was ready for penalties, but I wanted to win it in normal time. And they get the header and win this. And my keeper does an absolute howler. And Sheffield Wednesday score in the 118th minute. Windus, who was a hero for Sheffield Wednesday in our career, is the villain in this one. And it's into Francis. Again, it was one of those now or nevers. We somehow get away with it, and I thought Francis could go alone. But I knock it through, and Barlow with the shot, and it somehow edges in. With 6 seconds left of time, we score. We left it at the death. For the first time, we left it at the death. For the second time. And I had to set up this for penalties. And I'm ready for penalties. Right, Simeone steps up, and it's saved by Peacock Farrell. And it's Barry Bannon, who scored for Wednesday, doesn't score in the shootout. My keeper saved it, but not very convincingly. But Barlow, who scored to get us here, also misses. Our 2 best penalty takers missed, so not really edging my bets here. Not great odds. And we put it in the same corner again. Green time, under the goalkeeper. I was like, no way the goalkeeper's diving that way 3 times in a row. He does. They then match each other, and they both pop it over the bar in the same point. And it's down the middle, and it came down to this penalty. If Watson scored, well, Watson say we were promoted. But he does pop it in. And it all rested on Watt's shoulders. And he scores. Green time penalty. We're promoted to the Championship. So, smash a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel so you can watch the Championship season. And hit the notification bell so you actually know when that happens. And I'll see you all in the 2nd tier of English football. And I'll leave you with the trophy celebrations as Barlow falls to his knees. Goodbye.